Like this is what you call a hammering, a thrashing. Yes, I'm talking about the first test match of Australia versus England at Perth Optus Stadium. Like it was really a statement by Australia. Like you learn from your mistakes. Like England didn't learn from their mistakes. That's why they lose this test match very badly. Only 2 days we saw all the four innings and everything. Like Travis said, scored a 60 yards ball century, and it was like fun to see him just trash like Zofra Archer, Mark Wood, anyone, all pace attack of England. But the question again rises again and again, like, do English players have the technique to score in Australia? Because it's the 15 years that they haven't won a test series in Australia. 15 years is long term, if you say. And in the panel, we have got today Anup Konnur, sir. Look at him. He's at the Perth. He's enjoying the match there. Come on, sir. Now, Australia won. You're not happy that much. I can understand. But Australia won it. And we have got Ayan Chatterjee as well. So, Ayan, first of all, we will start with you. Like you often say, it was important for England to win the first test match because Hazelwood, Cummins, both weren't there. And also the batting lineup isn't that much strong if you look like Cameron Green is coming after a long time. Jake Witherell was there. And Dad's Army, it was often called, but this Dad's Army completely decimated England. Like it will take a lot of effort to bounce back now. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, now it will take a lot of time to bounce back because, see, in the first test, I felt England had the best chance. I mean, because they didn't have these players available, the morale was on the high. Everybody was speaking that Australia had the weakest team and all that. But he never counted Australia in Australia. Now, they won a good toss and they decided to bat. Fair enough, good time. But again, they lost early wickets, which was on song and everything. But I mean, you don't play these shots. I mean, questionable shots. I mean, baseball is fine, but there has to be a method in madness. I mean, there was baseball, but it seemed there was baseball without brains. That was the thing with England. I mean, they had two collapses. First innings, 5 for 12. Second innings, 4 for 11. You can't have these collapses against good teams, especially away from home. That was the problem. I mean, I think after lunch today, the main turning point was Scott Boland's spell and those three wickets of Harry Brook, Ollie Pope, and Joe Root. I mean, three cover drives went absolutely disarray for them. And I mean, Mitchell Stark was this usual start, taking 10 wickets in the man, his third 10 wicket haul. And then when it came to the chase, a big call from the captain and coach, which was mentioned, Steve Smith and Andrew McDonald took the call of opening the batting with Travis Head when Usman Khwaja was not available to open due to his back spasms. And what a bold move it was. Travis Head was in his zone. He played himself in. Again, this is the lesson for England. First 2, 3 overs, you have to give it to the bowlers. He was 3 of 14 at one stage, Travis said. But he just, when he got going and he got in, he was, no one could stop him. Ben Stokes taken to the cleaners. Jofra Archer taken to the cleaners. Mark Wood taken to the cleaners. It didn't matter who came in his way. Because once he's in his zone, nobody can stop him. And that was it. He took it. Manas got confidence. He got a half century. Jake Wetherell on debut impressed in the second innings. So all in all, things looking really good for Australia. Yes, they have the concerns with the batting, especially first innings. I mean, the way they batted, I think they understood that if they bat slowly, they will get found out by the England pacers. And that's why they changed the approach, and that's why Travis said maybe open. But a lot of questions for England. I mean, it's the same mistakes. They cannot finish the games off. They sometimes are in a good position. After day one, they were the team that were ahead in the game. We spoke about
Hmm.
it. They were the team that were ahead in the game. But they couldn't finish the job. That has been the problem for England for the last 2, 3 years when in this Bas McCullum era. They cannot finish it off. Either they do mistakes or they do some harakiri because they'll say that's the way we play. Well, if you play that way, then after what will happen? The next game will be 2-0. That's the way we play. Then 3-0. That's the way we play. Karke karke, and the series will be over. Ashes done and dusted. So they have to really improve and introspect where they're going wrong. And the way they're going wrong is batting. I mean, you can say second innings bowling was not up to the mark. 28.2 overs, 205. The bowlers didn't get time to rest. England has batted for 67.5 overs and lost 20 wickets. How humiliating is that? Even Bangladesh don't lose 20 wickets in 67.5 overs. Come on, don't blame the bowling too
Yeah.
much. Yes, they didn't bowl well, I agree, in the second innings, but the bowlers were tired. They were bowling. Jofra Archer was bowling at 129 in the second innings. Why? He didn't get rest. I mean, 30 odd overs, matlab kya? Aapko ek session rest milta hai.
Yes,
It's not possible.
bowlers need rest as well.
So it's a batting that let them down, and it's a batting that has to promise. And they've got 12 days race to think of what to do. Maybe they have a 2 day game at Canberra, ping ball my game, but they've got 12
Yeah.
days rest. आराम से सोचो कैसे करना है.
No, they will play now golf. They will just enjoy Australia. Like Beckham,'s what you call thinking is like that only. I just don't get. Sometimes it works, it doesn't work. No, no, they won a one test match in the India versus England test series, but they lost the series from that. Even that against happened against Pakistan. Like these are the concerns. Even they squared the series. I remember 2022 it was New Zealand England. They won one, but see, you have to dominate overseas. No, baseball is entertainment, but cricket is not entertainment. This is a misconception. We want to entertain the guys. We want to make a legacy for ourselves. Legacy, which is legacy? West Indies cricket, which ruled from 70s, 80s, like from that. They won from every the country and all that. Australia did that. India did that under Virat and Shastri area during that. So that is dominance. This is not dominance. Now Babuma is doing, Sugar Conrad is doing. They are winning at every place they are playing. That is dominance. This is not like this ideology is very confusing. But I think the England Cricket Board is going to persist with McCallum only because it's the new WTC cycle and everything. World Cups are at the stake, and McCallum's post is a little bit secured. But you never know if a 4050 happens. No, it's it's going to be reset button if that happens. So let's see how it goes at. So Anup sir, like what you say, like you were supporting England, right? I was supporting Australia as well, no matter what happens. But England, like on a very good position, 100 run lead, only one wicket down. Everyone was thinking 300 plus target will be there, but England players are like, we will play cover drive only. Identical dismissals, even on commentary. Michael once said it. It's an identical dismissal. You are playing 6, 7 stump deliveries, like 3 to 4 wickets in the same fashion. It's hilarious, laughable. Like, what is their batting coach and assistant coach, Marcus Trescothick? What is happening in the camp? And this shouldn't happen. Like Virat Kohli dismissals, we saw, like, no offense, but that kind of dismissals I'm saying, like Virat Kohli also used to get a lot of out on the off stump.
See, first of all, a very means I would submit this whole match in one word. That is, Travis said baseball England. England was supposed to play the baseball. Travis had played a baseball over England. And England was vanished in one session. So that's the summary of the test. Was saying so, baseball, as Ayan mentioned, it is method with madness. Today, for the past 2 days, it was only madness. There was no method. And saying so, I would say like even in first innings, first 3 wickets, yeah, Mitchell start took it with proper swing and swing. But the last for 3 wickets, England gifted to them. Come on, you know the right side of the boundary is very big. Everyone, right from Jamie Smith to their down order batsmen, they all are hitting in the up in the sky. It's not Edgbaston where side boundaries are small and anything you hit up in the sky will go for six. There has to be some method while batting because even in Australia, there are bigger grounds. Even if you hit the ball along the ground, you can run four. That much big is the ground. But no one, inland batters don't have the patience to wait in test matches. They do play a test match as if it is a T20 match. They play one day match as if it is a T10 match, and they play T20 match as it is a T5 match. So that's the mentality of Finland. And no offense to England, but now when India lost a test, means I just giving little reference. When India lost a test at Kolkata, everyone was talking about Gautam Gambhir the coach. कि क्या सोचते अंडर टीम कर रही है and now when England loses no one is talking about Brendan McCullum and his baseball technique क्या कर रही है England means baseball is होते you don't care about run rate you have to go 5 per run rate in a test match किसने बोला है जाओ ना 4 रन रेट से जाओ पहले सेशन में अच्छी पार्टनरशिप लगी सेकंड में थोड़ा बढ़ाते 4.5 करो सबसे अच्छी पार्टनरशिप लगी लास्ट सेशन में 5 5.5 से जाओ ना अब तो पहले बॉल से 5 के रन रेट से भागने तो साथ इसलिए है दैट्स द बेसिक मिस्टेक इंग्लैंड वाज डूइंग एंड इफ these things persist in Australia I am very sorry I never made early prediction but England will lose this Ashes 5-0 and it is will be the drubbing because 5 टेस्ट मतलब टोटल 25 दिन होते। जिस तरह से इंग्लैंड खेल रही है, उनका दिमाग देखते ये 5 टेस्ट 10 दिन में खत्म करने के फिराक में आए हैं ऑस्ट्रेलिया। दैट्स एज सिंपल एज दैट। Because England really didn't show any method. Joe Root, he knows this would be his final frontier in Australia. He has 39 hundreds. He is the second most run raters in Test cricket. पूरी दुनिया भर में 100 मार चुका है। ऑस्ट्रेलिया में उसकी 8 भी 100 नहीं। और व्हाट आर हिज स्कोर्स इन फर्स्ट 2 इनिंग्स? 0 and 8। दैट्स अगेन जो रूट द इंग्लैंड टैलिस्मैन, मतलब इकलौता बैट्समैन जो खड़े रहते पिच पे टिका रहते बैटिंग कर सकता है, वो ऑस्ट्रेलिया में खड़ा ही नहीं रह पा रहा है। सो a very concerning sign for England, and same do to their bowlers as well. Okay, first innings इट वॉज ओनली मेनली ड्यू टू मार्थवुड के पास सिर्फ एक्सप्रेस पेस है, कोई लाइन एंड लेंथ नहीं है। वो पेस से अगर बॉल बैट पे लग जाए तो उसी पेस से वो बाउंड्री तक जाता है। दस एटकिंसन एंड ब्राइडन था सम कंट्रोल ओवर लाइन एंड लेन। और पहले इनिंग का डिफरेंट बेन स्टोक्स था, क्योंकि उसने 6 ओवर में 5 विकेट उसने जो ऑस्ट्रेलियन मिडल ऑर्डर निकाल दिया था। इसके वजह से इंग्लैंड को 40 रन की लीड मिली थी। तो बेन स्टोक्स वाज द मेन डिफरेंस इन फर्स्ट इनिंग्स बॉलिंग बिटवीन इंग्लैंड एंड Australia. And in their batting also, first inning they reached 172 on the back of 40 odd made by Oli Pope and 52 runs by Harry Bruce. Rest all आओ आओ जाओ धर तुम्हारा, आओ जाओ बैट लगाओ, सिक्स मारने के लिए जाओ, कैच आउट हो जाओ। देर वॉज नो प्रॉपर एप्लीकेशन ऑफ एनी वाई। यस, बेन डटेड डॉट स्टार्ट इन बोथ द बैट, बट व्हाट द यूज ऑफ दोस 20s इफ यू कैन कन्वर्ट इट इनटू 40s और 50s? अभी आज का स्कोर अगर इंग्लैंड थोड़ा बैटिंग करते 300 350 करते, तो नो डाउट ट्रेविस हेड ने जैसे स्टार्ट दी वैसे ही वो स्टार्ट देता, वही वो ब्लेजन इनिंग्स खेल जाता। बट एटलीस्ट 350 रन अगर कवर करने तो शायद एज आयन एंड वरद मेंशन, इंग्लैंड बॉलर्स को रेस्ट मिल जाता है। नो डाउट ये जोफ्रा आर्चर थे बॉडी लैंग्वेज में, इसमें पूरा डिफरेंस पड़ता, क्योंकि जब जब ऑस्ट्रेलिया के 100 रन लग गए, उसके बाद ऑल द इंग्लैंड प्लेयर्स हैड गिवन अप कि हाँ ये मार रहे हैं, हाँ मारो, हमें जल्दी मैच खत्म करने। दैट्स नॉट द एटीट्यूड ऑफ any player. When you come, you fight for every run and every ball in a test match. So it's very disappointing. ना आदला टेस्ट है पिन बॉल, अब थुदारा था पिन बॉल टेस्ट जो ऑस्ट्रेलिया का सबसे स्ट्रॉन्ग फोल्ड होल्ड है। If you lost that pinball test, where are you going now? Then you have to win 3 out of 3, which is hardly to next to impossible. You are on the verge of losing. Means you come before the test match giving big statements in press conference that we are here. Ben Stokes is in beast mode, and then you are like coming to regain the ashes but no application on the field. It seems so pity on England side, because Ben Stokes also 11th time today. Mitchell Stark has made him a bunny out of him. He has not able to bat a single ball in front of Mitchell Stark in 2 innings for Ben Stokes. So it's a very sad thing. It's a very sad thing for England. They really have to go back to their basics, I will say, and play at least play proper test cricket. Yeah, don't play that like you showed in the fourth test in Manchester, na? You can play proper test cricket. So you play proper test cricket and then think about the result. You are thinking about the result first and then playing cricket according to it. That's not gonna work in Australia. And also in basically in Australia, the person who succeeds are the players who plays on the prominently on the back foot. आप हर बॉल को फ्रंट फुट पे लेते ड्राइव्स मारने और शॉट मारने निकल जाओ दे, यू आर बाउंड टू फेल इन ऑस्ट्रेलिया। मतलब इंडिया तो 36 ऑल आउट भी ये इंग्लैंड चल जाते अगर इक्लिप्स कर जाए तो वो भी फियर है इनते ऐसे रेथलेस बैटिंग की तरह। बैटिंग शुड बी विथ सम मेथड, नॉट रेथलेस। saying so, I would say a thumping victory for Australia. They would have, अब उनकी हिम्मत और बढ़ेगी, क्योंकि एक तो उन्होंने विदाउट देयर मेन बॉलर्स पैट कमिंस एंड जोश हेजलवुड दे हैव अचीव्ड दिस बिगेस्ट विन। And second, only one major issue I feel about Australia is about Usman Khwaja. नाउ वी स्पीक अबाउट शुभमन गिल की गर्दन में दर्द था तो क्यों खेला वो पहली टेस्ट। तो ना आप अगर उस्मान ख्वाजा तो पीठ में दर्द था, ये दर्द था, तो व्हाई ही प्लेड दिस फर्स्ट ब्लडी टेस्ट?
Yes,
Why do
that's a
he has
yes,
to?
yes. That's a
He
reason.
has to. No, no, sir. Let me complete. He has to force himself to play. और ऊपर से स्टेटमेंट भी ऐसे देते थे, मुझे अगले एशेज खेलने हैं ये। भाई तू एक इनिंग सीधा खड़ा नहीं रह सकता, तेरी चक्कर में पहले इनिंग में ऑस्ट्रेलिया तो कोलैप्स हो गया। तू चौथे पे आया, तेरे वजह से ओपन नहीं आया, वो जीरो पे वेदरल आउट हो गया, और फिर से ऑस्ट्रेलिया तो कोलैप्स हो गया। सेकेंड इनिंग में भी ट्रेविस हेड शूटर है, ट्रेविस हेड ओपनिंग पे आया, ऑस्ट्रेलिया तो अक्कल आई और उन्होंने ट्रेविस हेड तो ओपनिंग तो भेजा, और उसने भी थर्ड फास्टेस्ट 100। एक्चुअली दिस इज द थर्ड फास्टेस्ट 100 इन टर्म्स ऑफ बॉल, 67 बॉल्स। द फास्टेस्ट वन इज 57 balls by Adam Gilchrist versus England only. So this is the third fastest 100, and like Ayan said, first 14 balls he had 3 runs, but he raced to 50 in 36 balls, and next 100 he only managed in 31 ball, next 50 runs. So that fast he was. But that worth today for Australia, that worth wonders. But still, the Australia really had to, means Sushman Khwaja also really has to think that what contribution he has given to the team today. Means Australia भी तो लंगड़ी हुई थी आज without Usman Khwaja as the opener. So Australia also needs to rethink on their strategy. Saying so they win. And one final question before ending my thoughts, sir. इंडिया वन द मैच ऑन अ रैंट टर्न। इंडिया में ऐसे मैचेस 2-2 दिन में खत्म होते, सब दुनिया चिल्लाने लगते पीच 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 पीच। अब ऑस्ट्रेलिया पे ये मैच 2 दिन में खत्म हुए, पूरी दुनिया शांत है। एवरी वन आर मीन्स हाइडिंग बिहाइंड दैट ट्रेविस हेड्स मैग्निफिसेंट 123 एंड प्रेजिंग हिम, नो डाउट ही शुड बी प्रेज। बट आज तो पिच की बात क्यों नहीं कर रहा कि व्हाट काइंड ऑफ पिच इज दिस? 2 दिन में, एक दिन पे 19 विकेट समन सर, कितनी भी फास्ट पिच हो, एक दिन पे 19 विकेट्स तो नहीं गिरती। So that something needs to be spoken about also in this test match, which I feel. Your views on the pitch, sir? मतलब 2 दिन में भी तो last time also I remember one test match from the previous day, previous South Africa tour of Australia where Fab du Plessis and AB de Villiers were a part. That test match on green wicket at MCG or something, it got over in 1.5 days, and that pitch was given a B grade or D grade by ICC. So now no one is talking about the pitch. The 2 दिन में मैच खत्म हो गया, and this hammering will hurt England, and more than that, England supporters like Michael Vaughan, मोंटी पाने सर जो बाहर बैठते बहुत बड़ी बड़ी बातें करते थे ना, अब वो थोड़ा संभल के बात करेंगे क्योंकि उनको अब मूती खानी पड़ी है। बट योर टेक ऑन द
Yes.
पिच सर, दैट
Yeah.
2 days का
Yeah.
पिच।
Yeah,
या
but yeah, it was a 2 day game, we can say. Like 2 day games don't happen too often. Like you said, I remember that game. It was in 2022, Australia, South Africa. I think it was in Brisbane. Like the game ended in like 1.5
1.5
sessions,
days
1.5 days. Yes. So look, we should criticize both the teams batting in the first innings. Like, look, especially England, as Ayan mentioned, their batting collapses. If you look now, the shot selection is questionable. I'm not saying about I'm not entirely supporting the page, but when you play cover drive or square drive, you're on the sixth or seventh stump. Now you're bound to get out. Look, Mitchell Stark's accuracy was there and everything there. If you want to know the real brutal truth, now let me tell you, all this Western media, now, entire Western media, it it is one. They have the unity. No one will say even the I saw the Fox Sports tweet. They was like 19 wickets fall on a very good day and like that. A lot of Indian experts like Dinesh Karthik, Ravichandran Ashwin, they say like no one is saying about that. No, no one will say, man. No one will say these guys are one. No matter what happens, no matter if this match happen gets over in 2 days in South Africa, in New Zealand, because the entire share which BCCI takes, no, of the ICC revenue, the dominance which they have, the fear which they have created, no one is supporting India. That's the fact. You remember what happened during the ICC Champions Trophy when every Western media reporter agency was reporting why India is playing against Dubai and everything. No matter what happens, these are one. No one likes India. No one likes India producing rank turners. For them, the fast bowling, the green pitches are like gold dust, no matter what happens. And yes, on the green pitch surface only, Travis Head smashed a century. Even in the press conference, Steven Smith said Like on the day two, on the evening session, the batting gets easier. If England would have showed some sort of application, the test match would have easily gone to day four. I'm telling you, we should also look at England's batting style. It has happened before, twice it has happened in like 2 days. The test match has got ended, but it doesn't mean every time that you have to blame the curators and this and everything. Travis said smashed England completely. But I just think one thing, as you mentioned, Ayan, like Bangladesh also bats at a very good rate. Now Bangladesh Ireland Test series also going on. Like easily good cricket is going on. Ireland is also taking time. Like they're scoring 3.5, 4 runs per over. They're enjoying the time in the middle. Even when Zimbabwe played against South Africa and New Zealand, there was good game. No doubt, Zimbabwe lost the matches, and even again,
Even on a Ryan Turner versus India
yeah,
versus South
Randall also.
Africa, match went into fourth
Like
day.
yeah, but the
Match went into fourth day.
problem of rank turners is that there is a massive what you call the dust which comes out on the we saw in the Kolkata surface, like the ball was turning like anything. There was unexpected bounce, so that is really hard. Even if you look at the Vaughan Muralidharan Trophy 2025, just when it was happened in January February after the BGD 2024, even the Sri Lankan batters suffered in their home conditions, creating completely a minefield, especially for the spinners. It's very tough. Even Pakistan struggled against England in 2022. I am saying in 2024 it was. So rank turners, the Western media is not going to leave you. Look, they have the power. Look, I am telling you, journalism is still powerful in cricket. I'm myself a cricket journalist. We have that power to write on the basis of that. On both the context, you're right. Like it was a very much fast two pace what you call test match. But it's a truth that the entire media, Western media, whatever you'd say, they're not going to see tolerate the rank turners, no matter your experts come in support it. Even I saw on LinkedIn, Twitter, X and everything. But no, they know how to make the issue out of it, and that is a legal way also if you go with the start structure and everything. But rank turners, every team suffers. Even India suffers in India, man. Come on, India lost against New Zealand in India ranked like हमारे ही बंदे खेलने पर रैंक टर्नर पे हम किसी को क्या जवाब दे. And yes, on the end of it, I would like to say a very good test match is going on India South Africa. Like today, we were switching the tabs, switching the screens one by one, from one end to another end. But that test match is also going on. Like it seems a good decent pitch. Let's say goes a day to 247 runs South Africa has scored. So and we'll close it out. Just answer my one last question. Like. Can McCallum inspire England? Because if he inspires, like Australia hasn't lost a test match in the pink ball test match. Do you see England winning it? Because if they win it, then the gates are open for them. If they lose, then it will 2-0, 3-0. Like it will continue. The what you call the sequence of Australia's winning. It's the last chance now for them.
Yeah, so basically, pink ball test, Australia has a terrific record. They won everything, barring one. Now, here's the caveat: the one test that they've lost, the pink ball test, was at the Gabba Brisbane when Shamar Joseph produced that spell, and I think they won by 8 runs in the West Indies. So that's why Michael Vaughan was cheekily questioning the Fox Sports broadcasters. Why did you keep the pink ball test in Brisbane and why didn't you keep it in Adelaide? Because in Adelaide, Australia won 12 out of 12. But in Brisbane, they've lost the 1 out of 1 or whatever the record is. They've lost that one test in Brisbane. So why was the pink ball test kept in Brisbane and not in Adelaide? So this was a one cheeky question that Michael Vaughan put out to the broadcasters. So let me tell you, England's last chance is the pink ball test. No matter how tough it is, no matter what the odds are against them, they have to win that to make it 1-1. You cannot afford to go 0-2 down away from home. If the pink ball test won't be a draw unless there is tremendous rain in Brisbane, which is possible. Brisbane produces rain.
Hmm.
आता है ना Brisbane बारिश is equal to rain. So Brisbane में बारिश हो सकता है. I can vouch for that. But if there is no rain, if the weather is set fair, we will get a result in the pink ball test. We won't get a draw. Saying so, England has to win the pink ball test by any means. If they don't, if Australia go 2-0 up, series is done and dusted. I don't see England coming back. I think it's
No,
only a one.
without one more anecdote, it might be a joke whether rain or not, the way England is batting, we will definitely get a result.
You will definitely get. Like it's simple. It's simple. I will give you two instances. You remember the WTC final, South Africa second innings. Like how Markram Babuma a wicketless session it was completely. The
No,
third
sir, the pressure is like,
pressure.
as
No,
I
no.
will, no, no, the problem is like Australian bowlers, they are very tough. वो इजीली थकते नहीं है. अब फॉर एग्जांपल लास्ट बीजीटी में भी पहला मैच ऑप्टस पर्थ में हुआ था, सेम सिचुएशन था. इंडिया डॉट बॉल आउट ऑन 150 एंड ऑस्ट्रेलिया डॉट बॉल्ड आउट ऑन 104. सेम 46 रन की लीड थी. बट उसके बाद व्हाट हैपेंड ऑन डे 2 एंड डे 3, एज स्टीव स्मिथ टुडे सेड, पिच डॉट बेटर फॉर बैटिंग. और उसका फायदा उठाया यशस्वी जायसवाल और राहुल ने ग्राइंड किया और 200 की ओपनिंग ली. फिर विराट ने सेंचुरी मारी. इसका मतलब जब ऑस्ट्रेलियन बॉलर्स को लॉन्गर स्पेल्स मिले वो थक गए.
Yeah, get that. Yeah.
जरूरी ये है
Yes,
कि
yeah, I get.
ऑस्ट्रेलियन बॉलर्स को थकाना चाहिए, तब जाते
Yes,
वो थोड़ा
yes,
थोड़ा पुअर हो जाते हैं. उनको अगर फ्रेशली बॉलिंग करवाते रहे, लाइक इंग्लैंड डिड 67 ओवर्स में 2 इनिंग्स, तो ऑस्ट्रेलियन बॉलर्स पूरे दिन बॉलिंग करते रहेंगे, उनको उतनी थकान होगी नहीं.
yes. I was
जब
saying
तक
that
थकाओगे नहीं
only.
तब तक वो हारेंगे नहीं. दैट्स द मैसेज थिंग.
I was giving that example only, like the WTC final, second innings when Markram and Bahuma, they just stood there, scored at a decent 3.5 run rates per over. They made sure no false shots, no aggression, nothing. Australia automatically the shoulders started to drop and like yes, if you want to defeat Australia, have a wicketless session. England did that well good in the day two of morning session, but the afternoon session, don't know what happened. They again started playing the furious ultra attacking game. Like that's how it is. Like Australia just stay at the crease. The conditions will improve. It's not like England. It's not like other countries. Australia is a very testing country. Not every country has tested success consistently. Apart from India, if you look at, they have won two back-to-back series, and even South Africa won. I remember in 2012, 13 they won by 1-0. In 2016 they won by 1-0. In one series, Graeme Smith was the captain and Faf du Plessis was the captain 2016-17. So we should
And India
everyone
won two BGTs in
yeah,
Australia also.
yeah. I'm saying I said Australia, India won two PCTs, but South Africa also did that. So in Australia has been comprehensively given a competitive fight by Australia, by South Africa and India only. England has shown glimpses, but consistency is not just. Let's see what happens. We have got a long 10-day gap, as Ayan said, for the second test match. But at the same time, like South Africa will be going on other series. The ODI series also starting up in South Africa. Like Rocco will be back, so we also will be back in the action. So thank you everyone. Yes, Anup sir, you can
Hopefully, England doesn't go on a holiday trip for 10 days.
they can go. So let's say Anup sir, you can shift the base to Brisbane now. I'll make sure your arrangements to Brisbane now. You can shift the base.
Yeah, now
Yeah.
it's a gap, so I will be having a holiday and a look at India South Africa match now.
Yes. Thank you, Anup. Yeah. So thank you, everyone. Good night.